Fried potatoes. Fried potatoes is on the menu here at the Young's house, and I am so excited to show you all how to make your fried potatoes taste absolutely amazing. Super easy recipe. Whoever you feed these to, oh, they're gonna love them. So make sure you make a lot. I hope y'all are having a great day today. It's Monday. Stop telling yourself you hate Mondays, right? You love Mondays. You're super grateful that you woke up on this Monday, right? Monday will and is great. Absolutely, every Monday is great. Who loves fried potatoes and onions like we do here at the Young's house? Fried potatoes and onions is a must-have for breakfast, right? Do you agree? I grew up on them and I absolutely love them. I have figured out a whole technique that makes these fried potatoes nice and crispy on the outside, soft and supple in the inside, but so flavorful. And the way I make these, it doesn't take forever and a day to cook. No. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm using russet potatoes. When I make fried potatoes, I like to use russet or Idaho. If you try to use like a Yukon Gold potato, it don't turn out right. Baby, it's gonna be mushy. All right, so here, once we get it nice and peeled, let me show you how I like to break the potato down, okay? Let's move this out the way just in case you guys can't see. Okay, gorgeous. We're gonna turn around and cut it down the middle. Okay, let me get that piece out of there. And then we're gonna cut it so we have 4 quarters. And this is going to help you to make all your pieces around about the same size. With these potatoes, this is about 5 pounds of potatoes. Once I got them peeled and chopped up, I rinsed them about 4 times until the water is nice and clear. That means we've gotten rid of some of that starch that we don't want, right? Today, we're not having our fried potatoes with breakfast. I am making these to go with our dinner today. So dinner is going to be green beans, fried pork chops, and these potatoes and onions that you're gonna absolutely love. And I'm super excited. What I'm doing right now is my trick to making these taste spectacular and have a great texture to them. I like to pre-cook my potatoes because here's the thing, being honest, if you don't pre-cook the potatoes, you're gonna be waiting forever and a day for these potatoes to fry on that stove. I pre-cook them in the water. You start off with cold water. We're gonna salt the water to give them some flavor. No, I promise you, it's not gonna make it salty. Just trust me on that. We're gonna cook these not until they're soft, not until they're fork tender, but just for a few minutes to start the cooking process. That way, when we go to fry them, we don't have to be waiting forever for them to fry. So now what we're going to do, let's go ahead and start chopping up any vegetables we're putting into our fried potatoes and onions. Growing up, they would only put onions in our fried potatoes. But as I started cooking for myself, I said you got to have the flavor from the bell pepper and that color too. Makes them gorgeous. So let's start chopping them up. You can slice them, dice them, however you want. Just get them in there, right? Typically, I always have green bell peppers around my house, so that's what's going in. All right, so I'm gonna do slices today. I'll dice the bell pepper, but I wanna do slices of that sweet onion. Okay, so just like this, quick and simple. There's nothing hard about making delicious fried potatoes that look good and they taste good. You hear me? And that's what we're doing today. I'm so excited. My family's all excited. When is the last time you had fried potatoes? Not just any old fried potatoes. We're talking about fried potatoes that was good and you was licking your fingers afterwards. I want to hear from everybody. I tell you one thing that I love to have when it comes to eating fried potatoes is here's the ideal breakfast. You got fried potatoes, right? Over easy eggs, yes. With toast, of course, like maybe some wheat toast with butter on it. You got bacon. And we're gonna dip that bacon and drag it through the syrup and the fried potatoes on the side with a little bit of ketchup so you can dippity dip. Baby, that's it. That's all I need. Now let's slice our beautiful onions. Can't have fried potatoes without onions, right? So I'm just going to slice these. I'm using 2 because when I have fried potatoes, baby, I don't want to have to search for the onions, right? I want to taste that nice sweet onion with every bite that I take. Are you kidding me? Just like this, quick and simple. Nothing hard about this recipe. Believe it or not, it's actually almost time for us to go ahead and take those potatoes out of that water so they don't overcook. But in the meantime, we're going to take our sliced onions and our chopped up bell peppers. We're just going to set them aside. One thing you never want to do, just trust me on this one thing you never want to do is start off frying your potatoes and you done added the onion and bell pepper too early. I add mine in towards the end of the cooking process when the potatoes are like 90 to 95% of the way cooked. Because me personally, from experience, if you put these in too early, they burn. We don't want that. This other onion. All right, just like this. Let me hear from y'all. What are y'all having for dinner today? It's Monday. I want to know what you're making. Doesn't matter if you're having hot dogs and French fries. I want to hear from everybody. Usually when you guys tell me what you're having for dinner, it sounds so good. And it's ideas for me. And I'm like, ooh, I haven't had that in so long, right? I get ideas from you guys when you're telling me what you're having for dinner. I want to hear from everybody. We drained the potatoes, so I just kind of have them sitting in the colander, making sure that they're not really wet. Because if they're really wet, they get a lot of water on them, and you put them in that hot oil, you're gonna have splattering all over the place, right? So we'll just let it set for a minute. And I put a shallow amount, just a shallow amount of oil in our pan so we can cook them. One thing that I never like to do when I'm making fried potatoes is use too much oil. Ever had somebody's fried potatoes and they was too oily? Don't do that. All you need is a little bit, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan and you're good to go. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and make up some cornbread to go with our dinner. And I put 2 boxes of Jiffy in here, tiny bit of oil. I'm putting 1 cup of shredded cheese in there like I always do. I am gonna put some sugar in because when I have my cornbread, I like mine to be a little bit sweet. Not overwhelmingly sweet, but sweet enough, right? I wanna be able to, you know, have sweet and savory. So I'm gonna put my milk in, grab me some sugar, and I'm gonna throw this in the oven real quick. Sugar in, let's go ahead and give it a nice mix. It definitely looks like I need a little bit more. I never do the measurements. You know, they do. They give you measurements on the back of the box. Baby, I never use it. You know, just get the ingredients in there. What I love about Jiffy is you don't have to measure. Put whatever you want in here. It's always going to turn out right, right? About 25 minutes on 350, you got cornbread that tastes good. Our cornbread right into our pan. It's an oven-proof pan that I'm using. And I did oil it. I took a paper towel, put a little bit of clean, fresh oil on it, and, you know, grease that pan real good so my cornbread doesn't stick. Let's get this in the oven. And potatoes, they need to get those potatoes into a pan of shallow oil. Make them nice and flat as you can. And from here, don't even bother them. Let them get a nice golden brown crispiness to them before you even touch them. Otherwise, you'll turn them into 30 p.m. and everybody wants to know what I'm drinking is coffee. Coffee to pick me up a little bit, give me a little bit more energy. So this is the second video for YouTube of the day. And then after you guys see this video, I'm going to make my way to the dining room to do 20 little videos. I am, but I think we got good timing today and I'm feeling good. I got some vitamin D on my skin from the sun. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and today is and will be a great day for me and for you all. Once you start seeing a little bit of golden brown at the bottom, then you can go in and mess with them. I'm going to be honest, I always tell everybody, please do not mess with them until you see that golden brown. Otherwise, you'll be just basically turning them into mush by touching them too early. Now we're really getting that color that we're looking for. Being nice and gentle with these potatoes, making sure that we scoop them right from the bottom and turn them over, making sure we don't mush them up, right? Yum. Since our potatoes are 90 to 95% of the way cooked, now is the perfect time to finally put in your bell peppers, your onions. You know, being honest, if you wanted to put mushrooms in here, you could. So what we're going to do, we're just going to put them at the top for now. And then when we stir them, when we give them a nice stir, they'll get mixed in. And then when we double back, we're going to come in with that seasoning. Give them a nice stir. Ooh, baby, look at that. Crispy on the outside, soft and supple on the inside, just like we promised. And when you try these potatoes, Gina Young Style, guaranteed you're going to love them. Go ahead and cut the cornbread pieces. And now I'm going to take this butter. Look at that. Just put it on there and let that butter melt down into the cornbread just like so. It's time to season. I'm going in with salt. For those of you that can't use it, leave it out, and honestly, it'll be that simple. We're going to go in with black pepper, of course, right? a nice amount of onion and garlic powder. Even though we're using fresh onion, still put a nice amount of onion powder in there, okay? And a tiny bit of paprika will just give it some color. Do not use smoked paprika. See how it adds the color? And then the parsley flakes, it adds even more color, right? So now let's go ahead, mix that in, and we're going to take these out. If you like today's video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell the world what Gina Young's doing in this kitchen every single day. And Father, on today, I thank you for this lovely dish. We thank you, Father, for feeding us, protecting us, your mercy, your love time, your understanding. We thank you for what you've done in the past and what you're getting ready to do in our life. Thank you, Heavenly Father, once again for this meal. Who wants to taste? I know you want to taste. I'm going in. It's super hot, but I am going in the first bite without the ketchup. Oh, so much flavor. Second bite, ketchup, of course. Oh.